Okay, so it's time to start now. Start the lecture with the simple question. Raising some questions on the name of the chapter itself. What do you understand by the word wind? Raise your hand to answer. Who's the raise your hand teacher for teams up to raise your hand? Okay. Today.
Wind, looking air.
Amit Kumar Pal.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand?
Someone,
Wind?
so when air moves from one place to another place is called wind.
It's called wind. ठीक है सुशांत wind word से क्या समझे? What do you understand by the word wind?
The pressure of air.
Pressure of air.
Yes, sir.
Tsunami.
Then wind is the air, and air is just not there in our atmosphere.
Wind is air and air is within the atmosphere. Not actually getting the answer that मुझे लेमैन आंसर मुझे बुक की जरूरत मुझे आदित्य मुझे
Sir, when air moves with by increasing and decreasing of temperature, it is known as wind.
increase and decrease of temperature.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है चलो ठीक है. Give me a name answer. Suppose if you ask and ये रिक्शा उधर और आपको सडन भैया ये विंड क्या है तो वो क्या आंसर है? I'm looking for that. A layman answer. सार्थक.
Yes, sir. So तेज हवा चल रहा.
तेज हवा चल रहा है. ठीक है. I was expecting this answer but in English. तेज हवा चलना. Fast flowing air.
Yes, sir.
सही है. हमने प्रेशर के बारे में सुन लिया आंसर में बहुत सारे फैंसी आंसर्स सुने बट एक कॉमन नेम एंड आंसर इज फास्ट फ्लोइंग एयर तो हम विंड के होते तेज हवा चल रही होती है तो वी से आज विंडी है टुडे इट्स विंडी आउटसाइड. ओके सो धीमी हवा को क्या कहते हैं? रेज योर हैंड टू आंसर दैट. अनुष्का. आर्यन.
Yes, sir.
अनुष्का नाम है आर्यन. I mean when the air flows slowly and when the air flows fast, Aryan. What do you call it? Fast flowing air, Sarthak told us it's called wind. So what about the slow flowing air?
We call breeze.
Breeze, exactly. So what's the factor that you use to differentiate between breeze and wind?
Sir, it will be some obvious thing.
I am asking you, what is the factor that determines whether the flowing air falls in the category of wind or breeze?
Flowing wind.
Hari, you should answer it by yourself. So thank you, Ari.
Yes.
Anushka. अनुष्का तुम बताओ, मतलब कौन सा ऐसा फैक्टर है जिसके बेसिस पे हम ये कहते हैं कि आज ये ब्रीज फ्लो हो रहा है या फिर ये विंड फ्लो हो रहा है? ओके अनुष्का इज रीडिंग समथिंग, थैंक यू अनुष्का, विल गेट टू यू लेटर. रुद्र.
Yes, sir.
On what basis will you decide whether the air flowing outside falls in the category of wind or breeze?
That the breeze moves slow and flow in the particular area.
Okay, and what about wind?
The wind flows faster than breeze and it's moved from high pressure area to low pressure area.
Okay, so that's a good answer I would say. Pressure वाला part again was not required, but जो conclusion निकल के आ रहा है हमारे discussion से, we can clearly say the factor that governs the air, the flow that we are experiencing outside, the flow of air, falls into which category? That factor is speed of the flow. कह सकते हैं ऐसा? ये वर्ड स्पीड नहीं मिल जाता है लुकिंग फॉर. नाउ इफ द फ्लो इज अ बिट हाई, द स्पीड ऑफ द फ्लो इज अ बिट हाई, वी से इट्स विंडी, एंड इफ इट्स वेरी जेंटल, वेरी स्लो, जस्ट मूविंग अ फ्यू स्ट्रैंड ऑफ योर हेयर, वी से द ब्रीज इज फ्लो, इट्स ब्रीजी आउटसाइड. When the branches shake very heavily from left to right, the whole tree starts shaking, we say it's windy. And if the leaves are simply shaking and you can feel a very gentle flow on your face, then you say it's breeze, right? कितनी बार से हम सहमत हैं सब? We all agree to that. So let's see what the chapter has in store for us. So इन्होंने start करा है. Orissa was hit by a cyclone with wind speed of 200 km per hour on 18th October 1999. I witnessed it. You all might not have been born by that time, but हाँ, ये मैंने देखा था कि Orissa was severely hit by that. The cyclone smashed 45,000 houses, making 7 lakh people homeless. कुछ 45,000 घर पूरी तरह से टूट गए थे और करीब 7 लाख लोग होमलेस हो गए. और 29 अक्टूबर द सेम ईयर, a second cyclone with wind speed of 260 km per hour hit Orissa again, and it was accompanied by water waves about 9 meter high. 9 मीटर का मतलब आप समझ लीजिए ऑलमोस्ट 30 फीट, somewhere around 30 feet. आपकी हाइट 4 फीट. इमेजिन द हाइट ऑफ 30 फीट और उतनी ऊंची लहरें, 30 feet high sea waves. You are not even half of it. And if you all are getting it, not even 1/4 of it, to be precise. उतनी ऊंची लहर, अगर उतना ऊंचा वाटर कॉलम आपके ऊपर गिरेगा या फिर किसी घर के ऊपर गिरेगा, water has a lot of weight, तो वो पूरी तरह से smash हो जाएगा. If such a high wave hits you, it can take you a kilometer apart, जहाँ पे आप खड़े हो. बहुत हाई इंटेंसिटी का ऐसे ही कुछ ओडिशा ने सफर करा. May the souls that lost their lives rest in peace. Thousands of people lost their lives. Property worth crores of rupees was destroyed. The cyclone affected agriculture, transport, communication and electricity supply. इतनी सारी चीजें उसने अफेक्ट करी है. बट ये जो हम सुनते हैं, अभी कुछ दिन पहले भी उड़ीसा में साइक्लोन आया था, 160 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड थी. फिर उधर बॉम्बे और गुजरात की तरफ एक साइक्लोन आया था. उड़ीसा की तरफ 2 आए, जिससे काफी बारिश हमें मिली थी इन द मंथ्स ऑफ जून और जुलाई. आई डोंट रिमेंबर इट एग्जैक्टली, बट इतनी बारिश हमें मिली. तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने एक क्वेश्चन रेज करा कि ये जो साइक्लोन वर्ड हम सुनते हैं ये है क्या. व्हाट इज साइक्लोन, और सबसे बड़ा फैक्टर जो उसने दे रखा है कि द विंड स्पीड वाज वेरी हाई, 200 किलोमीटर पर आवर, 260 किलोमीटर पर आवर, 190 किलोमीटर पर आवर, इस तरह से विंड स्पीड बहुत हाई। तो ये क्या है, व्हाट इज दिस फिनोमेना, व्हाट इज दिस साइक्लोन? रेज योर हैंड टू आंसर अगर किसी को कुछ आइडिया। डोंट गिव मी द डेफिनेशन फ्रॉम द बुक। यस आदित्य।
The cyclone is a natural weather condition which occurred in seas or ocean.
ठीक है, सीज और ओशंस में ऐसा होता है। हाँ, कुछ हद तक ठीक बात है, सही है। एनीवन हैविंग अ डिफरेंट आंसर? Anyone having something different? Shiven?
Sir, cyclone is occurs in low pressure areas and it moves, rotates very fast to make it in a and to occur in area.
Great, Anushka. Great. May I मेरी क्लास में प्लीज वर्क करते हैं? I don't feel it's like disturbs to a certain extent. Piyush?
Cyclone was from a sea or oceans because of air speed.
Air speed, cyclone comes in seas and oceans. Pressure का भी नहीं है। अच्छा ठीक है, put your hands down and raise your hands again once you listen to the question. मुझे ये बताओ कि ये लो प्रेशर हाई प्रेशर, हिंट मैं तुम्हें दे रहा हूँ कि अभी हम लोगों ने एक चैप्टर में पढ़ा था कि टेम्परेचर के कारण जो कोस्टल एरिया है उसमें लैंड ब्रीज और सी ब्रीज होता है। तो ये जो लो प्रेशर हाई प्रेशर है, इससे रिलेटेड ये एग्जैक्टली है। व्हाट इज द फिनोमेना बिहाइंड इट? हु वुड लाइक टू आंसर इट? दोज हु हैव आंसर्ड प्लीज डोंट रेज योर हैंड। जिनसे बात हो चुकी है प्लीज डोंट पुट योर आंसर। श्रेयांश गुप्ता? श्रेयांश?
Please repeat the question again.
ये लो प्रेशर और हाई प्रेशर जो हम लोग आंसर में सुन रहे हैं, ये है क्या? इसके पीछे की स्टोरी क्या है? पढ़ रखा है 6th या 7th में आप लोगों ने पढ़ा। अनुष्का, do you know the answer? No. Okay. Maybe should I ask this question? अंकित कुमार से।
Yes, sir.
ये हाई प्रेशर और लो प्रेशर अंकित बोले थे, ये क्या है?
Is that when the water goes upper side, polar system, it keeps cold and it down is for high pressure.
तो क्रिएट लो प्रेशर एरिया होता है, ये हाई प्रेशर एरिया?
That is the low pressure area.
लो प्रेशर क्रिएट होता है। ठीक है, हाँ अंकित इज राइट। सो नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दिस। हम सब लोगों ने पढ़ रखा है कि ड्यूरिंग द डे द एयर अबव द लैंड गेट्स हीटेड अप एंड राइजेस। सो उसकी जगह लेने के लिए द एयर अबव द सी फ्लोज टुवर्ड्स द लैंड। इसी को हम सी ब्रीज कहते हैं। व्हेन द एयर फ्लोज फ्रॉम सी टुवर्ड्स लैंड वी कॉल इट सी ब्रीज एंड इट हैपेंस ड्यूरिंग द डे। ठीक है, ये हम लोगों ने पढ़ रखा था अभी वाले चैप्टर में। तो अब यही सिनेरियो अगर एक लार्ज स्केल पे हो जाता है, सपोज द एयर अबव अ प्लेस फ्लोज इनटू अ into certain direction, leaving that whole place empty. ज़्यादा amount of air जब move कर जाएगा, so air from the neighboring areas will start flowing towards that same place from all directions to compensate for the loss. समझ आ रहा है? उसकी जगह भरने के लिए सारे डायरेक्शन से हवा उधर ही जा रही है. And larger the amount of air that has escaped, the more would be the flow from all the directions. सारे डायरेक्शन से हवा वहां जाने लगी, और जितनी दूर से आ रही होगी उतना ही ज्यादा कह सकते हैं कि उसका स्पीड हो जाए. ठीक है. Now the air above the sea is usually full of moisture. क्लाउड्स वहां पे होते हैं काफी ज्यादा, क्योंकि उतना ही पानी अवेलेबल है, उतना ही इवेपोरेशन हो रहा है, क्लाउड्स भी फॉर्म है. मॉनसून भी हमें पता है कि कहीं ना कहीं सीज के ही साइड से आता है. तो ये इतना वॉल्यूम ऑफ एयर व्हेन इट स्टार्ट्स मूविंग, तो फिर ये कभी कभी साइक्लोन का फॉर्म ले. दिस you all will understand with the help of a video. Yashmit, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, students. I hope you all are getting fine. In class 6, in chapter 15, you all have learned about air. Properties of at the end of the chapter, you will be able to define the
Your voice is
terms.
not coming.
Wait,
Yes, sir.
wait, I am working.
Enter. Excuse me, sir.
Please wait for some time. The video itself doesn't pass.
Sir, the video voice is not coming.
Please, I want you to see that and working on it. Please give me some time. Okay, let it be. It doesn't seem to be working right.
Hello friends, this video on windstorms and cyclogenerating, we need to understand the air. We will be able to understand how wind currents are generated. So let us look at in order to understand why wind currents are generated, we need to understand, we need to have the basic knowledge of the geography, because the location of different parts of the earth plays a very important role in this entire mechanism of wind currents generation. So, when you look at the entire earth, so there are certain regions which we are going to talk about right now. which you see at the middle of the entire Earth, this central line is called the equator, and these two extreme sides are called the poles, North Pole and South Pole. Right? Now, when we talk about wind currents, we are actually going to talk about the movement of air, and this movement of air is controlled to a large extent by the sun. How by the sun? That's because different regions of the earth receive different amount of sunlight. That's because of the shape of the earth. So the earth is like a sphere, approximately a sphere. So obviously, let's say if the sun is situated here, let's say the sun is here. So the center part of the earth, the regions near the equator, might be receiving more light when compared to the poles. So this part might receive more light when compared to the poles. Now, whichever part will receive more light, more sunlight, what will happen to that part? So those regions will receive more light, so they will receive, they will get more heated up, because the sunlight not only provides light, it also provides heat. So this region, the equatorial region, it receives more heat. Therefore, the air which is present in this region, this air will get heated up. So basically, the air will expand when heated up. So they will be lighter and they tend to move up. So the air from here will tend to move in the upward direction, either towards this direction or towards this direction. So basically, it's a sphere, right? So I'm not saying that the lighter air will move down. It is basically moving up. Now, since the earth is also rotating and revolving, so basically the air is moving away from the equatorial regions and it is moving towards the poles. So this is what I am talking about, the warm air. So basically what is happening, the warm air. So warm air is present at the equator. So from the equator, the warm air tends to move towards the poles, that is the North Pole and the South Pole. Now what happens to the cold air? Now as this warm air moves towards the poles, now in the poles it becomes like too much congested. So it is something like somebody else coming to your house and taking your bed. So what happens to you? You need to find another bed for yourself, correct? So therefore what will the cold air do? So then the cold air, they start moving from the poles towards the equator. So they start moving towards the equator because their positions have already been taken by the warm.
See, are you all understanding it? What is it trying to tell you? The sunshine, how the air from the center of the earth flows towards the poles, and then the air from the poles would start flowing towards the equator. So there's a whole cycle behind it. This is how wind actually flows. The breeze actually flows. That's the whole story. Now let us watch the full video.
Air. So as a result, what is happening because of these two processes, what happens is known as the wind circulation, where the warm air moves from the equator towards the poles and the cold air moves from the poles towards the equator. So this is called wind circulation. Now, looking at this logic, we understand that these warm and cool air will be flowing in the north-south direction, because this is like the North Pole and this is the South Pole. So either the air will be moving from the equator towards the South Pole or towards the North Pole, but every time it should be in the vertical direction, that is the north-south direction. But when we actually look at the direction, we see that it is not exactly north or south direction. Instead, it is little tilted, as you can see here. It is like neither exactly north nor exactly south, so somewhere in between. Why is it that? That is because the earth is not static. The earth is constantly rotating about its axis and it is also moving around the sun. Now, as it moves around the sun, then different parts of the sun, of the earth, receives different amount of sunlight. Now, by property of its rotation on its own axis, what happens is, now since the earth itself is moving like this, so the direction also gets influenced, and therefore it is not exactly north-south but slightly in between the two directions. And this is how
Now there is one more way how you can understand it. अब आजकल क्रिकेट सब लोग देख रहे हैं. देयर इज अ टेस्ट मैच गोइंग ऑन बिटवीन इंडिया एंड इंग्लैंड एंड वी सी इंडिया लॉस्ट द लास्ट टेस्ट मैच. क्यों वहां बोलते हैं कि इन इंग्लिश कंडीशन द बॉल स्विंग्स अराउंड. वहां पे हवा के साथ बॉल स्विंग करता है. सो व्हाट इज स्विंग? स्पिन इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग. स्पिन में हम देखते हैं कि स्पिन बॉलिंग में बॉल एक जगह पे पिच होती है, टिप खाती है, फिर वो एक अलग डायरेक्शन में चली जाती है. सो दैट्स स्पिन बॉलिंग. बट फास्ट बॉलर्स जो बॉल को स्विंग कराते हैं तो वो क्या करते हैं? अगर किसी ने ध्यान से देखा बॉल तो वो सीधी ही फेंकते हैं, बट वो एयर में ही दूसरे डायरेक्शन में मूव कर लेते हैं. इफ यू आर हैव पेड अटेंशन. सो वो कैसे करते हैं? वो बॉल पे ही रोटेशन दे देते हैं. अपनी उंगलियों से बॉल को दे रोटेट इन वन वे और द डिफरेंट वे. आप सुनते हैं कि ये क्रॉस स्विंग बॉलिंग कर रहा है या फिर इन स्विंगर हो गई, आउट स्विंगर हो गई. सो वो जो स्टिचिंग वाला पार्ट रहता है, दैट पार्ट वेयर द बॉल इज स्टिच्ड, उसी को वो अपनी फिंगर से टेकिंग स्ट्रेट, बट उस बॉल को अपने एक्सिस पे ही दे समहाउ आर एबल टू रोटेट. तो दैट रोटेशन कॉजेज द बॉल टू मूव slightly tilted than the actual straight path. So same happens with the winds, if you all are understanding. यहाँ पे भी almost वही concept है. Due to the rotation and revolution, the winds are not able to play. The winds are not able to flow directly in the north direction or in the south direction. Instead, they are tilted up.
Wind currents get generated. So, and what this